final preview. Paco will still have a big say in that. But best umpires, best call team, best two teams on the best ground in the EDFL. And we are going to get underway now. And Greenvale will win that first tap down, but McLean will get it inside 50 for Aberfeldie. Just really hacked it in there, had no target. And McNamara is going to try and move it on in towards the pocket, and it will just trickle out of play before Keppert gets near it. Boundary throwing right for pocket.
So Shinners has gone to Keppert, and it looks as though Rowan has gone to McNamara in the initial stages. I think Campusano's just directing traffic, roaming without an opponent at present, trying to find someone to man up.
Yeah, Ruckman going in at the forward pocket. It looks like Greenvale will clear the ball here. Quick fired out handball goes to Nick Lower, who will clear it into that far side of the ground. Courtney Johns out there, leads the race. He'll collect it at the middle of the ground and finds a short target. No, cut off by the Greenvale player. There's a turnover. Greenvale will sweep the ball out wide. Not sure who that man is out there, but he'll send the ball forward to Tommy Hill. Tommy Hill, he's probably a 45-degree angle.
It's actually Muller who's got the ball there.
It is Muller. He's on that 50. The man stands the mark on the 50 line. He's 45-degree angle. He puts it to the top of the square. Aberfeldie go over the top with the big spoil. They're looking to clear the ball out. A number of handballs. They swing the ball out wide to this broadcast side. The man there was, I think it was Blackwell clearing it. He's found the man in the middle. It was Brock McLean. He fails to hit the target, and there's a high tackle there to the Aberfeldie player. I think it's Jacob Craven.
Since Gusman rises down, he's not getting up either.
Yeah, he's in a bit of trouble here, and whether it's a neck or it may be an AC joint, guys, it could be a shoulder, but that's not what Aberfeldie wanted, an early injury. Trainer is coming out. Pozzo, what was your view of the incident there, the high tackle that led to that free kick?
Yeah, it looks like a shoulder from here that that he was grabbing, but like you said, it could be that neck as well, but it was definitely in that high tackle. He just copped one just on the top there, but he's slowly getting up now.
Looks like he's in more discomfort as opposed to pain.
So I think the trainer's been... Is the trainer going to assess him here, or he's speaking to the umpire, the trainer, not actually the player who is back on his feet, Brad Vassell. And he's going to take his kick, so that's a good sign for Aberfeldie. The initial reaction looked like he might have been cooked, but he's going to hand it off quickly and even try to lay a shepherd. The ball goes away.
And Adam Hawley just a bit of an elbow on the way through as well, as his kick nearly got smothered there by Gazzo, but it's a boundary throw in. Right half forward here for Aberfeldie. We've had no score yet. Tayo, you're on the scoreboard today. I'm not even going to bother reading out the scores because I always get them wrong.
No score.
Thank you very much. As Courtney Johns just slaps it forward. Bounced in favour of Rowan. Down the back there, trying to get a hand pass out there was Zach Hislop. Couldn't find the target, and the tacklers arrived. The ball up right half forward. Played 3 minutes here at Section Road. The boy throws it up. DeLuca won it down to the wrong man. Inside 50 we go. Carboni just went for the one-on-one, and a good mark last line of defence by Shinners for Greenvale.
Shinners, he goes into that forward pocket and finds his man in Micheski. He'll weigh up his options, just looks to go long down the line. The man making the fly is Thompson. He doesn't take the mark. It was Isaac Muller with a strong mark out there on that half-back flank for Greenvale. He surveys his options. A lot of numbers out here on the wing in front of that Greenvale bench. Sun's coming out, but it's no problem for... It was Jesse Laurie taking a strong mark. Ryan Allen, my apologies, on that wing. Goes short, finds his man. It is, as he swings around, it's Lance Oswald. Had a very good game last week, kicked 2 goals, a good contributor. He looks to swing the ball backwards, goes back about 30 metres, finds his man El Houli, and switches it into the middle of the ground. Good switch here by Aberfeldie, finding the space well as they go out wide. Finds a short target. I think that's Courtney Johns out on the half-forward flank for Aberfeldie, about 80 metres from goal, and they've gone inside 50, but they've turned it over to that man, Chris Spinella.
Yeah, and Greenvale will just work it around half-back. Not in any rush at the moment. Still no score, Taylor?
No score. We've now played 4.5 minutes.
Burns has it, goes backwards. Certainly not playing out like a blockbuster that we're expecting so far. Two clubs feeling each other out. We're not going to see the best of these two teams today because they might want to save that for Windsor Hill as Greenvale work it towards this Broadcast side out of side if you're watching the scoreboard today. It's picked up by Lower. Quick ball up towards half forward and a very, very good pass. Drilling little ball for Nick Marrick. He has it. Marrick. I always get that wrong, Taylor. Marrick. Just outside 50. Naynar's the man in board, and he can go back and have a shot. Had Cubillo following him. He's on the 45. If he has a shot, he'll kick from 50.
Right, so this is a very gettable kick here for Naina, but I reckon they'll send all the tall timber back to the line here. Ryan Allen, Courtney Johns, they're going to be back in the goal square here trying to charge in, and Craven is back there as well. So Aberfeldie got plenty back on the line just in case this one doesn't have the journey. Should be the first score of the day, regardless of the accuracy.
Yeah, Hill was offering the lead. Naynar ignored that, just sneaks inside 50, puts everything into that ball. Didn't make the distance, rushed through for a minus score for Greenvale. They're on the board with one behind yet to score Aberfeldie. We are 6 minutes in here at Greenvale.
It'll be Josh Toy to take the kick in here. Looking for some numbers. He goes out to that half-forward flank. It's a dangerous kick, but it's a good mark by Johns there, and he looks to swing the ball forward. He's found a man in space. It is, not too sure, but Aberfeldie, they'll move the ball forward to centre half forward. It's Kefford. Doesn't take the mark. Greenvale got the numbers around the ball, and they're looking to rebound.
Into the middle they go. The mark is taken by Muller. He goes in towards the centre of the ground, which isn't in great condition, we must admit. This is a Premier Cricket venue. Half.mp4 went looking for Hill and found him as well. Shot on goal. Coming up for Greenvale, they're on the board with one behind so far. Aberfeldie, who had all inside 50s early, they didn't get on the board. So a 7-point lead potentially coming up for the Jets, and it's Tom Hill.
Bit of confusion there in the Aberfeldie defence. I think a few defenders just glanced at each other trying to work out who was on which forward for Greenvale, and Hill was completely unchecked there to take an uncontested mark.
No angle, 45 metres on its way, and off the side of the boot, two behind for the Jets. No score, Aberfeldie 7 gone.
It'll be Josh Toy to take the kick in again. He was a Gold Coast listed player, very skilled player. A good get for Aberfeldie. He goes out to that far side again, looking for some tall targets. There's a mark taken. It was the Greenvale player coming over the top. They're about 60 metres from goal, Greenvale, and they shoot the ball back into the forward line. Not a good kick. Aberfeldie get a free kick in that back pocket. I think it's Brock McLean out there.
There it is.
Brock McLean, he surveys his options. He's found a target at centre half back. There's men out wide, but they've looked to use the corridor well. I think what Aberfeldie did last week, what I was impressed with, is that they used the space well. And here's that man I was alluding to, Ryan Allen. He was free on that half back flank, and he's moved up into the centre wing, and they go forward now. And I think it's Kefford on his own, takes an uncontested mark, probably 5 metres from goal. Slight angle, but very kickable for a player of his standard.
Oh, smooth there from Catapan as well. He's the designated kicker, and 55 out, he normally would have been tempted to just have a ping at goal, but he saw Kefford all on his own and went for the high percentage option. I'm sure Catapan will have a crack from that distance at some stage today.
Ooh, interesting kick by it was Kefford. He's hit the post, the right post, the closest post to him. Not a good kick. They'll want to make the most of their opportunities today, Aberfeldie. They weren't great at doing it last week, and up against a high-quality team like Greenvale, they'll need to make the most of their opportunities. 2 behinds
plays 1 behind. We've now gone 8 minutes, ticking over to 9 minutes in this opening quarter.
Just like it was in Kyrgyzstan earlier in the week. 2-1 as we speak here at Section Road as the Jets work it towards his social club ends, and Marrick, it's Adam Marrick. He's been an excellent play. He might be in Reynolds contention, guys. Not with that kick, though. That's a turnover. That's in a very dangerous spot.
Curse if I've heard one.
McNamara gives it to Catapan, who loves a shot. Does the unselfish thing. Went for the pass. No mark taken for Kefford. Jets have numbers around here. Adam Marrick again. He can make up for it. And he's got to thread the eye of the needle here, and he did well to find Rowan. A good mark across half back. The next kick is not an obvious one. His foot's hanging out of his boot at the moment, so he's got to sort that out. Might be a bit of a limp, actually. We're not sure. He's not the smoothest mover. We know that.
We'll get positive, keep an eye on that. We'll come to you next break and play.
I think it was just the boot's not on foot properly. It's Hill that has it. Now Spinella. And two clubs that don't really want to take many risks at the moment. They just want to Chip the ball around, conserve some energy. Right now it's in the hands of Jared Bonello.
Jared Bonello on centre wing. It goes short to Nana. Can't see them behind the Greenvale
It's
bench,
a famous
unfortunately.
blind spot here at Greenvale.
But Nana sends the ball forward. Doesn't quite find the target, but Greenvale, they rove the crumbs, and it is, I think it was DeLuca kicking the goal. Ruckman's goal. Snuck forward, got the handball from his teammate, and just slotted it straight through the middle from about 40 metres out.
Travis Posnahosky, what's the latest with James Ryan? Did he just lose his boot, or has he actually got a proper limp going?
No, he just lost the boot in that marking contest, so he's all fine to go. What I've noticed though is that Aberfeldie, in that previous play when they went forward, they used the corridor really well, but Greenvale on the rebound, just coming back inside 50. It's about the second or third time today already that they've been able to outnumber Aberfeldie in their forward line.
Well, it's 1-2-8 playing one that's behind at the moment. We've gone 11 minutes in this first quarter. Fabian DeLuca kicks the opening goal of the game.
I am big on this, Teo, and you're our world game correspondent. What's in worse condition, that ground the Socceroos played on, or the middle of Section Road?
Oh no, the ground that the Socceroos played on. Section Road is getting better, guys. That centre square is improving, and it would have been even better had school footy not been played here during the week.
Jack Mack, I don't know if it's a free kick or a mark, either way. No, he's going to give it back, so it was a free kick, and Carboni's going to take it.
He's almost in range here, Carboni. He's a good kick. Played TAC Cup for a couple of years. Don't be deceived by his midfielder size. I reckon he might be able to go the journey here. 50 metres, 45-degree angle.
That's not midfielder size, Teo. That's goal sneak sort of territory height-wise.
I was being generous at midfielder size. That's what we're going for.
Probably still got 5 centimetres on me, though. We'll see how he goes here from 50. Pretty close to the man on the mark. He's got the accuracy and the distance. How about that? You're right, Teo. That is a significantly good shot on goal that he has, and that is the first goal of the game for Aberfeldie. It is
1-2-8 playing 1-1-7. 12 minutes gone. Victor Carboni played very well in the game against Pascoe Vale that we saw about a month ago, and he's now on the board here with Aberfeldie's first. So now they've exchanged goals, and after a bit of chess to get the first 10 minutes out of the way, a bit of flow coming into the game.
And yes, we do have instant replay on the big screen as well.
It'll be Courtney Johns and DeLuca going up into the ruck. They are no clear winner of the ball, but the umpire has found a free kick going Greenvale's way. I think it's going to DeLuca.
Yeah, true.
DeLuca surveys his options. I think he got a knock to the hand. He didn't like that, but he dishes it off, and they'll go inside 50. And a good defensive mark there taken by the Aberfeldie player. He's slow to get up.
I reckon that's Phillips.
It was Phillips.
Oh, no, yep. No, it was Laurie.
Laurie, well, he dished off the handball, and the kick went straight to Mark Lynch, and he's on a half-back flank now for Aberfeldie. He goes forward, trying to find Kefford. Couldn't take the mark, and Greenvale will clean up here. No, there's an interception there. It was a good work by Mark Lynch, following up his kick that he took off that half-back flank, and Aberfeldie, they'll try the break here. But they won't. There was an errant handball, and there'll be a throw-in just forward of the centre half, Aberfeldie's way.
Yep, players just reposition. Courtney Johns is now in the ruck up against Fabian DeLuca, two former AFL listed players. Courtney Johns played a game for Essendon, guys?
Yeah, no.
He played a couple of games.
Numerous games. He was on the list for a number of years. Fabian
DeLuca, Carlton, was he at Port as well? Or
yes, he was. Yep. Played for both.
There's a few Port Adelaide connections here at Greenvale. Of course, Stephen Paxman, who's been assistant and senior coach here in recent years, took over Adam McPhee last year as well. A lot of ex-AFL talent out on the park, both in the coaching ranks and on the field. Boundary throw in. I was rambling on because not much was happening. It was all scrappy and ugly, and some territory was gained in the end by Aberfeldie. Another throw in, Johns and DeLuca, who wrestled Johns out of it illegally, according to our man, the umpire there. Who is that, Teo?
Michael McGuinness, reigning back-to-back umpire of the year.
Yes, very, very good umpire indeed. As he goes inside 50 here, Johns, Jack Mack went up, didn't bring it down, and now it's Farcioni got pushed out of the ball. And Patak was there. He's back in the side, guys. Wayne Patak. It's been a long time. And Catapan can unload on the left and go across the face. Minus score. And we've already seen just how dangerous Nick Catapan is from 50. He kicked some good goals in that grand final against Greenvale a few years back as well. As the Jets bring it back in. And they'll just take it easy for the time being. I think it's
scores level 1-2-8 apiece.
I think it's Salvatore that has the ball. And he'll go over the top. for Matt Smith.
Matt Smith now on that half-back flank, looks to get the ball out for Greenvale, but they've turned it over. Aberfeldie, the centre of ball to the top of the square. Who's there? No mark taken, and they'll just rush that behind Greenvale. That gives Aberfeldie the lead now. 1-3-9, plays 1-2-8.
First lead of the day for Aberfeldie.
And we'll have a throw in on the 50-metre mark of Aberfeldie's forward line on this broadcast side.
Travis Posnahosky, your observations from the sidelines. We're now 15 minutes into the first quarter.
Yeah, there hasn't been much that's happened. They've had that 5 minutes of play where Greenvale kicked their goal, Aber's got it back, but in terms of that, it's been a bit of a stalemate at the moment, and I think, as Adam pointed out, they're probably not going to be going their hardest and putting their best team out there today.
The sun's come out, guys, and you can see there's a bit of mist in the air, so it's been quite cold in recent days in the northwest of Melbourne.
It still is cold down here.
It's definitely cold if Teo's willing to put some pants on, and I don't mean that in that sort of way. He just wears shorts a lot. Today he's got the lower half of his legs covered up, which is a rare sight.
You'd be amazed how dirty you get just running extension cords through grass.
It actually surprises me how pale those calves are because they're
Ball
always
goes up,
exposed.
Ball goes up in the forward 50. Aberfeldie trying to get the clearance, and we'll have another ball up.
They're always exposed, but they're quite pale. It just surprises me.
The ball will go up at the top of the square for Aberfeldie. It's a lot of players around the ball, but Greenvale managed to get a clearance, a clearing kick. There's a good mark there taken by Courtney Johns, was it? Toy. The blonde hair, and can't tell, but he's dished it off, and Aberfeldie had a shot on goal, and it was a behind the right-hand side of goal.
And that right there is one of the reasons why I absolutely love Shagger Hooley, because he is a fullback. He's one of the best fullbacks in the game, but he loves to sneak forward and kick goals. They're a great one. In the 13 grand final, just sneaking off half-back and a dash through the middle of the ground that day.
Well, he's kicked 5 goals this season, so he's not...
He is, but he obviously usually he's on Tom Hill today, so he usually takes the key forward of the opposition each week.
1-4-10 plays 1-2-8, 17 minutes gone.
He's just that sort of player, Adam Alhor. He's exciting at both ends of the ground. Here's Lynch, hand pass out. Will that stay in play? It will. I think there'll be a stoppage called for soon enough. Ball up in the social club.
Posit down at ground level, how much is that sun affecting the players leading up to the ball?
I don't think it'll be affecting them too much leading up. If it's a high ball, then definitely. I mean, but it's not going to be too much of a factor, I wouldn't have thought. I think, if anything, it's just getting that ball inside 50 and being able to hit the target that's going to be the biggest problem.
Aberfeldie have gone forward now, and there's a bit of a tussle in that forward pocket, and the umpire's found a free kick. It's going Aberfeldie's way, and I think that man is Lance Oswald.
It is. Push in the back, the umpire said. And it's a rule that seems to have disappeared because people, look for push in the back in a marking contest, but you can't do it in open play. And we're starting to see players more and more just start to just shove their opponent in the back when they're chasing after the ball because the umpires have kind of gone to sleep on it a bit. So that's good umpiring there to spot it. Pretty blatant push in the back, and now we've got a shot on goal for Aberfeldie to go out to potentially an 8-point lead, which would be the match high.
Just lining up now, Lance Oswald. He kicked the 2 goals last week. I like his work. He's kicked 9 for the season, so he's not afraid to get forward and kick a goal. But he's pushed that one across the face, unfortunately.
Through for a behind. So Aberfeldie have kicked, what's that, 4 behinds in a row now. They're 1-5-11, leading by 3 points. Greenvale haven't scored now for 7 minutes. They are 1-2-8.
Nick Lower with the kicking in duties. Very unlucky not to be a VFL Premiership captain last year for Footscray. Got injured in the final series and missed out in that great win against Box Hill at Etihad Stadium. Now he's back in his home club, Greenvale. The kick comes out towards the wing. Abers have numbers out the back, although a quick tackle on rush. He was going nowhere. Some really good defensive pressure there from Nick Marrick. Now Kibillo did well, picked it up. Jack Mack gets it forward, and there is a loose man at half forward here. It is Johns, has it. Too far out to score. He's got a man running through the corridor, a good kick. And a mark taken as well by Lynch, who goes bang on the left and kicks a goal.
Well, they're talking about Lynch as being in contention for his 2nd Reynolds medal. Of course, he won it back in 2013, but I tell you what, he is on fire this season, and a beautiful left-footed finish there. 2-5-17 to 1-2-8. Aberfeldie up by 9 points now, and Pozza action on the Greenvale bench. They're making a double change.
Yeah, they've been making changes quite often. Nearly every minute there's 2 or 3 coming on and off at that time. That play there was absolutely perfect. I mean, Aberfeldie, they got it out on the flank and then sent it through the corridor and had that shot directly in front.
So Aberfeldie goal kickers Lynch and Carboni, just the one for DeLuca, ball back in the middle.
Yeah, DeLuca was the man that came on for Greenvale, and he took part in that ruck contest, but a bit of a stalemate, and they'll ball it up. DeLuca, he'll go at it again against Jack Mack. He was good in the ruck last week for Aberfeldie. Courtney Johns did suffer an injury, and it forced Mack into the ruck position, and he did a good job. And in the meantime, Greenvale have moved the ball forward. It's Jacob Thompson sending the ball in forward, and a great mark there taken. Not sure who the man was. Wait for him to turn around. It was Gazzo. Thank you, Teo. Gazzo does know where the goals are. He's kicked 22 this season.
Well, he's 45-degree angle, 25 metres when he kicks it. You just about mark this down, Joe Gazzo. Goal sneak, very good player, and good overhead. That's certainly one of the factors you notice in Premier Division. We go down to Div 1 and Div 2 a fair bit. When you come back to the top level, just the quality of overhead marking is that much better in this competition, and Gazzo there taking a good contested grab.
As he trots in now at the moment, waiting for the kick. On the left, he's pushed it, started it left, but it worked its way back. It was a good kick, and it's a great goal for Greenvale. Back in it now.
Well, we've got nice high posts here at Greenvale, and Gazzo the beneficiary there, because I reckon if the posts were any shorter, the umpire might have been inclined to pay that a behind, but it just swung back and snuck in. 2-2-14 to 2-5-17. It is 3 points the margin Aberfeldie's way, and we've now played 21.5 minutes first quarter.
I actually want to see Snicko and Hotspot for that one, guys. I reckon there might have been a tiny little shave, but we'll give the goal umpire all the credit there. It did come back. A very good, well-weighted kick in the end by Gazzo.
We've got a progress score. First quarter, Northern Saints 3-2-20, West Coburg 4 straight 24. So a good competitive opening for the Northern Saints. Of course, we'll have quarter-time scores coming from EDFL life member David McWilliam later in the broadcast.
Yeah, that first match-up was a blowout at Coburg City Oval, back in the middle, and Johnson, I think it's Johnson,
That was Josh Smith.
Went wide. There's a lot of Smiths and Johnsons in this Greenvale team. It's quite confusing. Aberfeldie ball out of sight here, and they'll quickly get it moving. High left foot ball to half forward. Kefford, who's been the go-to man so far today. No Kyle out there for Aberfeldie. Boundary throw in. It's right on 50. 22 minutes gone. 2-5-17 plays. 2-2-14. That section road. Umpire throws it in. And just off the ground there. I don't see who it was out there, but
not
clever
15.
stuff.
That's stiff there.
No mark for Josh Smith, but a free kick for Greenvale anyway.
Oh, he put his body on the line for a ball that wasn't going to be paid a mark, and Greenvale eventually get the reward through a free.
So Loa just caressed his teammate Bonello into receiving that handball, and now the Jets been working inside defensive 50. Shinners now has it. He's got it going board by hands, and they've used their hands to get it all the way to centre wing here. The Jets up towards half forward. Smith didn't get there in time. Boundary throw in.
Umpire saying Zumbo kicked it out on the full there. Of course, the line is in our little blind spot here. We can't see about 2% of the ground, but it's right in front of us behind that Greenvale box. And I reckon the field umpire's come over here and overruled him and said throw it in. Did take a bounce.
What did it look like down there on the boundary line, Pozza?
It went over on the full, but it came off his knee, so it was definitely the right call to throw it in.
All right, good call by the umpires. And Greenvale, Shanahan balls, but they're not away.
No, it was Adam Marrick trying to push out the handball, but the couldn't get free, and the umpire will ball it up again.
I'm just going to watch Adam Marrick for the next 2 minutes, guys, and just see who's running with him, and I'll give you an update on that matchup.
McNamara and DeLuca went at it again. They found a handball, Aberfeldie, but it's been turned over to the Greenvale player. But Aberfeldie have got the numbers out wide, and they look to send the ball down the centre wing. Missed the target. It's Nick Marrick going forward now for Greenvale, and a good mark there taken. I think it was Tommy Hill.
No, it's looks like it might be. We'll wait for him to turn around here. I think it's Muller who's taking the mark, guys.
Just waiting for
Taking
the.
his time.
Yeah, it was Muller again. I have got those two muddled up a little bit. They're two very good contested marks, and easy to get them muddled up, I suppose. Muller is about 35 metres out, 45-degree angle. We're right behind him here in the commentary box. We'll have a very good view of it. He comes in on his right foot. He starts it out right, and it stays out right. Might even... No, it's fallen short, and Aberfeldie have taken a good defensive mark.
It's a unique situation here today because it's right of screen but left of your radio dial, if that makes any sense. The end towards where Greenvale's kicking in his first quarter. Aberfeldie do have the last line of defence. High clearing ball from Allen. And a big pack forming and a very good mark. Almost staying on ground level and taking that mark in. I think it might have been Kefford out there up towards half forward. Now Johns.
He's moving really well. He's moving as well as we've ever seen him in the EDFL. Of course, an injury-prone player through the course of his career.
We're looking for Brock McLean. Takes the mark, keeps on running. Brock. They had a look at the goals. It was an empty square, one bounce and 6. Extending the lead for Aberfeldie is Brock McLean. 3-5-23 plays 2-2-14.
Well, back out to 9 points, and Brock McLean, he was actually being mowed down as the boot made contact with the ball there. In that situation, the closing player so often catches the man and traps him holding the ball, but Brock McLean, the core strength, kept his balance on his left foot, got the right foot onto the ball, and the accuracy was still there even as he was being ripped to ground. Fantastic goal. And Courtney Johns was the reason that all happened, because he presented it at the wing, took a great lead-up mark, swung around, moved it on quickly, and the Greenvale defence wasn't able to get back in time. 3-5-23 to 2-2-14, and we've played 26 minutes first quarter.
One of the better coast-to-coast goals you'll ever see.
And it looks as though Cubillo is now manning up Marek, but I've seen Blackwell take him for about a minute. Now Cubillo's on him, so it looks as though they're rotating those midfield matchups.
DeLuca got the tap down, but there was a hold going to the Greenvale player. It looks like it's Adam Marek getting the ball.
Interesting there. I didn't think Cubillo had much of him, but free kick taken.
He surveys his options forward. A little bit close to the runner there, but Greenvale able to move the ball forward. It was Zumbo with the handball. But there's been a free kick paid to Aberfeldie.
Yeah, not sure what I reckon the umpires paid it perhaps for high contact there by Gazzo, but it looked like a pretty fair bump to me.
A dangerous kick, but he's found his man in the middle, and Aberfeldie, they look to work the ball out wide now on that far side, right in front of the Patak. He's working out into forward line. Who's taking the mark? He's running on. He's kicked at goal, and it's trickled through. It was a good goal. Who was that man?
Carboni again.
Carboni again. Very nice goal by the man.
Second of the game, and Aberfeldie, again, transition play, moving the ball very quickly. And they've got a bit of run in their legs. Travis Posnahosky down at ground level. They are really picking the ball around, taking some risky kicks, but it's paying off at the moment.
Yeah, the second goal in a row, they've had that transition where they've gone from the back line over to the far side of the ground and ran it inside 50. That previous one that Brock McLean kicked, they had an open forward line. Courtney Johns kicked it in there for him to run onto. And that time again, over on the far side of the ground, ran it inside 50 and kicked another goal that just needed to bounce it through.
Carboni's now the first multiple goal kicker on the ground. 4-5-29 to 2-2-14. It's a match high 15 points.
Pozza from ground level, how much of an excuse is the wind for Greenvale?
No excuse, because there's not a breath of wind at the moment.
Just getting dominated around the ground, are they?
Absolutely.
Back in the middle, and nothing happening. Secondary ball up.
Greenvale might argue that it started because of that rather dubious free kick on half-back against Gazzo, though. Yes, they could make that point, but once the ball got moving, they had 2 or 3 chances to try and make a contest and were unable to touch the Aberfeldie players as they got moving.
I think Greenvale's better than that, Taylor, to be blaming umpires for certain incidents. Up towards half forward we go. We'll get you started on that right away.
No, I won't get you started then. We'll stay. Oh, brutal tackle.
And holding the ball as well. Free kick Greenvale.
Jacob Thompson. Wow. Just buried Reece Moylan there. And the umpire's now reversed it because as Thompson was trying to get up, he put his hands in Moylan's face and basically pushed off to try and get himself up. And the umpire said, you can't do that. High contact. So Jacob Thompson, he's done the hard work, one holding the ball, and now he's a bit stiff to go and give it straight back.
He should know better as well because he is VFL listed as well. I don't know if he's still VFL listed, but he's certainly.
I think Pozza's almost got his first touchdown there on the sideline. In fact, he has. Pozza.
That's my first possession for the day.
Talk us through this boundary throw-in, Pozza. We'll let you have the call live right here.
Okay, so right in front of me, so the ball's gone up and Kefford in the ruck there. Aberfeldie looking to clear it out, but I reckon they're going to come in and ball it up yet again right here on centre wing.
If you're going to give us repeat stoppages, Pozza, we're going to take it off you. Chief, take it away.
I'll just handball it off to one word.
Where's one word come from?
I don't know. Ask the boss.
Might have to
Jack Mack with the free kick.
We'll discuss it at quarter time perhaps. Jack Mackey's found his man short. It is Patak, the man that's come in. He's surveying his options. Goes short, very close on the boundary line. He's kicked it out on the full. He was looking for Carboni, couldn't find him. Greenvale will take the free kick off half back.
This is Parthenopoulos, who of course was the best and fairest in Premier Reserves last season, and he's been a bit of a mainstay in the Premier Seniors this year.
Parthenopoulos has found Nana, but the siren has sounded.
29 minutes the first quarter, 2-2-14 to 4-5-29. Pozza, your observations from ground level before we send you out to the huddles.
Yeah, look, Greenvale started really positively, but in that second half of that quarter, Aberfeldie really fought back and were able to get a couple of pretty easy goals in that transition from the back line through to the forward line that we were talking about before. So at the moment, Aberfeldie definitely on top and looking a lot more positive going into their huddle.
And Pozza, just go have a...
Give praise for Carboni during that first quarter, and the only little bit of injury news would be McNamara was just getting some work done on his hip, but Vassal looks quite good.
Brilliant. Thank you, Pozza. Siren gets the second quarter started. It is Aberfeldie by 15 points.
Yeah, and we'll just wait for a clear possession. No one's getting it yet. It's very ugly and very messy. Josh Smith on all fours. Nothing happens.
We've got other Premier scores coming in from around the grounds. Pascoe Vale 3-2-20 lead Avondale Heights 1-3-9. Strathmore 3-3-21 leading Maribyrnong Park 2-2-14. So a very close list of scores around Premier Division. Great signs and good to see that we've got 4 even games at quarter time.
Free kick before the stoppage. Yeah, some ill discipline in Greenvale. Get the advantage out of that one. Bonello has it up towards half forward. Good kick as well. No mark though taken for Marrick. Had to support there in Zumbo. Got boots of ball, went towards a boundary line. You can't really pay deliberate when you're being spun around in the tackle like that. So a boundary throw in near the social club. Division
1 scores. Interrupt me, boys, if the ball is heading towards goal. West Meadows 5-6-36. Taylors Lakes 1-4-10. That's a bit of a worry for Taylors Lakes, but we know that Willowbrook is a wind-affected ground. Glenroy, 3 behinds, 3 points. Craigieburn, 7 straight, 42. Essendon Duda Stars, 6-7, 43. East Keilor, 1 behind, 1 point. And Hillside, 1-2-8. Oak Park, 8-2-50. So trying to sniff out an upset today, boys. That is a worrying list of lopsided scores.
Well, we find ourselves in the forward pocket for Greenvale. There's a rough contest. No clear winner of that ball, but Aberfeldie looked clear and they've done it all right, but they've hit the man coming out of the fence. I think it was Bonello. He's about 60 metres from goal in front of that the club rooms. He sends it to the top of the spot. No mark taken. Big spoil by Aberfeldie. It was Gazzo, I think. He had the ball. He twisted and turned, but couldn't get a possession out. And it's been wrapped up about 48 metres from goal.
And Faulkner reserve next week, Taylor.
Yes, JP,
yeah,
Faulkner next week. But Oak Park have come out blazing. It's 50-8 at quarter time out at Shark Park.
Very much looking forward to that. As McNamara gathers, and here's a chance for Aberfeldie for Lynch. He's got plenty of space. Patak is surrounded by Jets, so just went bang. Went for the empty square. It's trickling, and it's missing. Minor score in the end.
First score of the quarter.
For Aberfeldie, 4-6-30 plays 2-2-14. We played 2.5. It's Greenvale. Just mess around with the ball a little bit here last line of defence. That's playing with danger, but Shinners gets the clearing ball out. Zumbo. We should have gone 2 hands for that mark in the end. Didn't take it. Burns tried to trickle it on. And Lynch gets it once more for Aberfeldie. Almost got brought down there. Did get brought down. And the turnover resulted. Now there's a throw. Free kick coming up for Abbas.
And all those quarter time scores are now available on the Essendon District Football League Twitter and Facebook. Essendon DFL on Facebook, at EDFL Footy on Twitter.
Free kicker went to Moylan. He went inside the forward 50, but couldn't be a mark taken. It's Aberfeldie over the ball now. I think that was
Kefford.
It was Kefford. Kefford has swung around onto his right boot and he's snapped a beautiful goal. Just trickled into that forward square there and he's rolled it through.
3 minutes gone in the second quarter. 5-6-36 leads 2-2-14. Not the start Greenvale wanted. And that makes Kefford Aberfeldie's 4th goal kicker of the game so far. Just Luca and Gazzo for the Jets on the board at this early stage of the second quarter.
Can we start a Kefford count?
Well, he's only kicked 1, so don't get carried away. But he's got his first of the afternoon.
That margin now, Teo.
It's out to 22 points.
There's your difference between public school and private school education. Back in the middle, and that's not a great bounce.
Now, come on, Adam. Lift the standard. That's very unfair to generalise, and the ball is back for a secondary bounce.
We've got rules in the box now, apparently.
Oh, really?
After last week's game at
Yeah,
Coburg District.
Getting a bit loose, guys. Tighten up and call the game.
It's a bit hard when there's back-to-back stoppages, but we'll hope for a clearance on this occasion.
All
Play 4 minutes.
Just repeat those Premier scores around the grounds. Then Keilor 4-2-26 leading Airport West 1-4-10. West Coburg 6-1-37, leading Northern Saints 4-2-26. Aberfeldie are away.
Johns standing, trying to deliver, but he didn't get it to Kefford in the end. Off hands, it still went inside 50. And just reading it better, mark taken by Farcioni, and the Jets can clear out. Spinella gets the bouncing ball and had some time to go in board. A good kick for DeLuca.
Finds DeLuca in the centre of the ground. He moves it inside forward. His target was Josh Smith, I think, but he couldn't find the man. It was intercepted there by McNamara. He's sent it back forward for Aberfeldie, and they'll possess the ball. Sloppy handball there, but they keep possession. The umpire, he's had a bit of a slip, but he's paid the free kick in the middle of the ground where it is a little bit choppy. The free kick, it's gone to Cabillo. They send the ball forward again. Aberfeldie, no mark taken. DeLuca back there providing a bit of a chop out for his defenders. But Aberfeldie, they found the ball. It was Lynch. He's kicked it on his left. It went straight to the line, and it's been rushed through. Another behind there for Aberfeldie. We got the score there.
5-7-37 to 2-2-14, and great kick on the fly there from Lynch.
Been impressive today.
Running at full speed, and on the angle there, nearly got it over the line from 50, but Greenvale to bring the ball back in.
5-7, Teo.
Yep.
Scoreboard here has 6-5.
Okay. No, it's 5-7-37 to 2-2-14.
So they've given an extra goal to Aberfeldie. That's
I've got 5 goal kickers. I mean,
yeah,
5
so
goals.
Guys. So I think score needs to be changed.
2 for Carboni, 1 for Kefford, 1 for McLean, 1 for Lynch.
As Hill goes inside 50 for the Jets. No good. Craven got back, took the mark. For Aberfeldie, he wants to switch it. And Johns, he's loose. Matt Smith breathing down his neck, but still got to the ball in time, did Johns. He'll go further wide, and that's McLean. Next man in the chain is Lynch. Has the ball out of wing.
He runs hard, Lynch. I mean, look at the territory he's covered to go and get that kick. In fact, it's Oswald, guys. That's why Lynch is actually in the centre square.
It's hard to tell them apart.
Still pump up his tyres a little bit.
No, I thought he'd run a long way there, but it's actually, I mean, they do look alike, and I wonder if that'll be borne out at Medal Night. But Lynch currently is running with Marek. We've been keeping an eye on the midfield duels. They've been swapping opponents quite frequently, and now it looks as though they're going to give each other a bit of leg rope here, and Marek doesn't actually have an opponent at this stop.
I think our scoreboard attendants are listening to 98.9 Northwest FM. 5-7 is 37, guys, not 40.
Give them a break. They're volunteers out there doing it for nothing, so credit to them for updating the scoreboard throughout the course of the day, doing a great service for their club.
There was a bit of manhandling in the ruck situation there, and DeLuca, he found Hill, who found an Greenvale player who snapped it from the pocket. That was a beautiful goal. Just waiting for the goal kicker to turn around. It was Spinella. Beautiful work by him. Great goal.
So Greenvale get a much-needed goal, 3-2-20 to 5-7-37. Pozza on the sidelines. Observations on the first 7 minutes of the quarter. As we've got you down there now.
Just having a look at the two forward line setups. Aberfeldie's is really open once they get into general play, and Greenvale keep theirs quite crowded. That time it worked out fine, but it's just something I think from that second half of the first quarter, and definitely in this second quarter, Aberfeldie's forward line extremely open and looking to use the ball the same way they did in that first quarter to hit the scoreboard.
Much needed goal, 3-2-20. Trails 5-7-37, 17 points Aberfeldie's way. 7 minutes gone, second quarter.
And a much better bounce in the middle. That was absolutely perfect. We saw a bit of that at Windy Hill on Tuesday night as well. Some very good talent out there with the bouncing of the ball. Spinella just trying to work his way through, but he had 3 others players around him. That'll be the end of that one. Ball up, out of wing.
They've certainly chopped up the 2 cricket pitch areas there, and then the very middle of the ground where the centre circle is still in good nick, but this one's happening on the pristine centre wing.
Yep. A few players and umpires have had some trouble in that region of the ground so far. Farcioni spun away, lost it. McLean picked up, went inside 50, almost hit a target as well. It was a great drilling pass, and now a left foot dribbler to the square, but Nana. It's, I think it's Nanar's going to get there. Or is it Campusano, last line of defence. And the Jets will work it to the wing. Bouncing ball. Nanar over the top by hand. Smith. That's Matt Smith. Over the top he goes. And they're working it forward. Bonello went looking for Nick Marek, who might get the fly, but coming back bravely was Allen. And a boundary throw in right for Crockett.
Well, and we saw Aberfeldie do it a few times in the first quarter, going around the outer side to our commentary position. Greenvale hugging their bench side wing there. Chain of uncontested possessions. We haven't seen that sort of run for them yet today, so good signs now in the second quarter that they're starting to exploit the open space.
DeLuca over the top, just knocked it out the back to Josh Smith, but he's kicked that one out of the full.
That wasn't touched, was it?
No, it really spun like it was though, so maybe he's a little bit stiff not to get a boundary throw in, but it's going to be Aberfeldie ball on the halfback flank.
Surveys his option, find the man on the inside. I think that's Josh Boy, was it?
Kicking to Lynch.
Lynch now close to goal, about 20 metres out from goal, finds his man, McNamara, leading up on that halfback flanks, taking a good mark. Not a lot of movement for him up ahead.
Been told that Roxburgh Park versus Moonee Valley will now be running late because a spectator got injured out on the ground at quarter time. So they will be running late with the scores there today.
Moylan with the ball now.
We hope for the spectators' sake that they're able to be treated there by the ambulance that's been called and it's nothing too serious.
DeLuca, he's come forward, he's taken the intercepting mark, he got told to play on, but he's found Zumbo and he's found a target inside 50.
That was clearly touched.
Gazzo.
That kick was clearly touched though, so stiff not to see that.
Positive look touchdown at Greenvale?
Oh, absolutely. I was short I actually thought the umpire called touch, but clearly not.
Well, you heard the call from up here, but it's Gazzo now. He's 40 metres out from goal, pretty much directly in front.
Trying to become Greenvale's first multiple goal kicker.
Definitely kickable by his standards.
Important shot, isn't it?
It is, definitely. I think they've pressed a little bit this quarter, Greenvale. They can't afford to let the lead get out too much, but he's drifted it wide, unfortunately, and it's another behind for Greenvale.
Well, Cosner, it looked like he was really going for distance there, Gazzo. Has the wind swung around and is now favouring the southern end?
No, there's still no real breeze out here. It's very much the same as the first quarter. If anything, it's probably just blowing a bit more towards the commentary booth, so across the ground. But even then, it's nothing major.
Gazzo really loaded up there like he was trying to kick for distance. 3-3-21, trails 5-7-37 by 16 points. Aberfeldie turning it over on the wing.
Yeah, Zach Hislop tried to go in board, but he found Naina of Greenvale, and he almost found Catapan of Aberfeldie, who's now got 2 Jets to beat. And might just get pinged, judging by the body language of the umpire. Free kick coming up.
I think he knew he was 1-on-2 there and was just trying to hold the ball up so his defence could get back.
And a shot on goal coming up once more for Greenvale. So they'll get a second take at it. Gazzo missed moments ago. Now a chance coming up for Adrian Salvatore.
Well, I'm not sure what Salvatore's kicking range is. I know that we saw him in the Avondale Heights game, but I'm pretty sure he didn't have any sort of set shots from this sort of distance. This would be a big goal for Greenvale. Team lifter if they can get it back in just a 10-point game.
Well, he kicked 3 last week, so he's definitely in goal kicking form. Let's see how this one goes.
Shot on goal. It was a bent foot, which means he didn't kick through the ball, and that's why it got fisted away at the square, and it's still a live ball. Gazzo, was he taken high?
He was.
No, he was spinning.
He was
also ducking, and now he's going to get pinged.
Yeah, the umpire there going with a bit of modern interpretation of the high contact, as he definitely got one around the chops, but the umpire said he did duck into it, I assume, out there. Sackers, I was waiting for the high tackle free kick 100% there, but the umpire did not agree. He's the one who's got prime position, so we'll trust his judgment on that one, but I reckon Gazzo would be getting up a little bit annoyed.
The tackler, by the way, won't attack. It's good to see him back playing footy, Tay.
It is. He's a gun. I mean, he was an absolute star in the grand final defeat. And if Aberfeldie had gotten over the line against Strathmore, I reckon he would have been a deserving best on ground medalist.
Aberfeldie now at half back. It was a dangerous handball, but he made it look good, and they've switched the play, and they've got heaps of numbers on that wide side. It's 4 up against 1, and they're just going to run it through the middle. Now Aberfeldie. Allen takes a short kick, not a good one, but he's found his man. There was a handball and another handball, chain of handballs going forward, and Aberfeldie, they have a shot on goal. It's just drifted wide to the right-hand side.
Zach Hislop there. 13 minutes gone, and it is now Aberfeldie 5-8-38, leading Greenvale 3-3-21, 17 points.
Parthenopoulos will come and take the kick in. So he's a 17.4 game. Straight down the middle and unmarked. It was Rowan. Takes the mark. Smith wants it near the bench. It's coming his way. The kick was good enough to get there uncontested. Matt Smith, short, Hill.
And apologies for any language that may have come through over the shoulder of Travis Posner-Husky there. Bit of encouragement from the crowd, Pozzo, for the Aberfeldie players.
Just a little bit, yeah. I don't think he really enjoyed that bump after after kicking the ball.
No, we apologise if that came through as clearly as I heard it.
Beautiful kick from Naina to Spinella, all the way for a goal.
Oh, great shepherd on the goal line from Nick Marrick there. I thought Aberfeldie had 3 players in the goal square as that ball basically bounced on the goal line, and Nick Marrick has just run through and blocked a clear path for the ball and allowed Spinella to put through his second of this quarter. He is now Greenvale's first multiple goal kicker. 4-3-27 to 5-8-38. It's back to just 11 points at the 14-minute mark. That
passage right there, a beautiful example of just how good Strathmore Community Bank Premier Division football is.
Well, we called on Greenvale to rally and respond at quarter time. They've only shaved 4 points off the margin, but in terms of the balance of the contest, it feels as though they are now in the ascendancy. The question is, can they actually close the gap and hit the front at some stage in this second quarter? They've already used up 15 minutes trying to get back in the game.
You've made note of the how bad the centre wicket area is, guys, but they're still bouncing in the middle. That's remarkable.
No, well, the very middle is great. The 2 cricket pitches either side of it are the 2 that are chopped up at the moment.
Good enough for bouncing, though. That's incredible.
McNamara, he won the free kick from that centre clearance. He dished off the handball as Aberfeldie go forward, and it was a good defensive mark. Papadopoulos coming across. Ed DeLuca in the middle. He's gone over his head and he's found, I think that's a Smith. Josh Smith of the Josh variety. He worked the ball out wide and they're going forward now, Greenvale. There was a good defensive smother by the Aberfeldie player, and that's going to trickle over the boundary line about 70 metres from the Greenvale goal.
Hey, guys, I can tell you that the ground even looks better than when I was here on Thursday. Like, it's actually improved since then. So whatever they're doing here, it's clearly working. And maybe the ground just needs a breather in order to actually properly recover.
It's usually a really spongy sort of surface. We might find out from Pozzo just what it's like near him. But it's that sort of ground where you get good traction with your boots, as long as you're wearing the right ones. It's Rowan who had it, got tackled, still got his hand pass out. Jets move it on up towards half forward. Good stretching mark taken by Lower. He's got a man in board. They can work it around. Benello's had a good game so far today. We're giving away to Hoodie Taylor.
Yes, we are. A lot of the ball, Benello, of course, coming out of the under-18s and a Cannons player in recent seasons.
Machevsky.
He played really well last time we saw Greenvale.
Either wears 23 or 24, goes inside 50, and it came off hands. A tackle that was high, that was definitely high. Shot on goal, coming up for the Jets once more, and they have responded.
Well, Jacob Thompson there just took the ball knowing he was about to get absolutely mown down, and the Aberfeldie eyes lit up there. They had 2 guys with the chance to just charge in and run a bloke down, and overzealous in the tackle. I mean, when it's a 2-on-1 gang tackle, you know you're going to wrap the guy up, but that's a really cheap free kick to give away. And Thompson being a left footer, perfect position, 45-degree angle, 30 metres when he kicks it.
They'll get within a kick if he kicks a goal here. So, let's see what Jacob Thompson can do. Yet to kick a goal today. 45-degree angle, 40 out, across the face, minus score, 10-point game. Still game on here at Section Road. 28 plays 38.
Well, he must have met that well, because that one went against what we've been told the wind is doing, which is coming towards our broadcast position. That really held its line across the face. 4-4-28 trails 5-8-38, 10 points the margin. Hasn't been this close since the 25-minute mark of the first quarter.
Aberfeldie, they take it short into the pocket. They've really slowed down the tempo at the moment, Aberfeldie. They're getting goals kicked on them though, so I think they might try turn the game around and try speed it up a little bit and work through the middle like they are right now. It wasn't a good kick though going forward. There's a tussle out on the wing. Umpires found a free kick. It's going Aberfeldie's way.
Who they've actually paid it to here.
It'll be Hislop with the ball. He's on about centre wing, just in front of that the beautiful screen, the board that we've got with the showing the replay and the highlights. And it's been a great spectacle so far out here. Aberfeldie, they work the ball inside forward now. It was a strong contested mark taken by the man out there.
Johns.
It was Courtney Johns. Bit of a shocking kick going forward, but he's put it up high for his forwards, and almost a mark there too. I think it was Keppard, but couldn't eventuate anything. Aberfeldie over the ball now. Not much happening. It's headed towards the boundary line for Greenvale, and we'll get a throw in.
So about 35 metres around from the Aberfeldie goal. They haven't kicked a major since the 3-minute mark of this quarter. We've now played 19, so Greenvale have really locked them down and kept them off the scoreboard.
just waiting for the throw in now. And Greenvale take possession of the ball. It was a rush kick. It's Smith that's taken possession, but he's wrapped up side the Aberfeldie player.
Ball up 40 metres out from goal.
Yeah, all of a sudden, you make an argument that Abbas need the next goal here, because it's been Greenvale for the last 10 or 15 minutes. Machevsky tried to duck underneath it, got given a lot of time. The cries of ball went unheard in the end for Aberfeldie, and we will have a stoppage now.
No, I'm okay with that. I mean, he was probably 99% of the way to getting caught holding the ball there, but umpire letting him play. A lot of numbers around this ball here, so it's going to be crowded. Going to take clean hands to extract a clean stoppage.
And, well, the ball just gets hacked out. It was a kick that was probably smothered. Went nowhere in the end. Aberfeldie need to work it out by hand. And Lynch towards the square. He got jumped on there, which is a new diving in rule. Not paid in the end. And we will have a stoppage now.
That was a real worry, because Lynch, the way that Smith fell on him there, that was wheeling on Nathan G. Brown, sort of falling on the supporting leg as he took a shot for goal. Yes. I mean, under the current rules, probably, but gee, I'm just glad no one got hurt out of that, because the way he fell there with his supporting leg being taken out from under him, you fear the worst, especially a player of his talent.
Looks like Aberfeldie being paid a free kick here for a deliberately rushed over the line. Very tight in the pocket. Can't quite make out who the Aberfeldie player is. Can't see his number. But he's on a very tight angle, and if you take a miraculous kick, he has a good crack at it, but Tommy Hill there on the line rushes it over.
20 minutes gone now. That rush behind makes it Aberfeldie 5-9-39, leading Greenvale 4-4-28 by 11 points as we tick into time on. Pozza on the sidelines. Observations as we head into the dying stages of the first half. Sorry, Pozza, come in.
Have to agree with you guys. I think Aberfeldie definitely need the next goal. Greenvale have had the majority of the play this quarter and haven't been able to make them pay all that much on the scoreboard. So definitely the next goal really important, no matter who gets it.
Spinella. Oh.
Now pass back. Luckily you hear the voice of Nick Lower into the middle, and Catapan takes it for Aberfeldie. Short pass. Blackwell. He goes wide. Patak. He might unload. 55 metres all the way to the square. One-on-one. It goes over the top of both. There's a chance for Hislop in the line. It's a goal for Aberfeldie. That's the one they needed. We'll confirm if it was Hislop or not in a moment, but it's a goal nonetheless. I'll keep my eyes on the goal kicker.
Well, the score goes to 6-9-45 to 4-4-28. They re-establish a 17-point margin, and guys, that means they're winning the quarter by 2 points as well. So Pozzo just spoke about the momentum and how Greenvale had plenty of chances to hit the scoreboard in this quarter. Aberfeldie, for all the counter-attacking they've had to do, they've actually won the quarter by 2 points to the 22-minute mark at the moment. All right, ball back in the middle. Adam Russell, take it away.
I'm still watching the goal kicker, by the way, guys.
Just waiting for the ball to be bounced up in the middle of the centre circle.
Keeps walking towards his broadcast side, I think. Very difficult to tell who it is.
We'll get you that in shortly, but in the meantime, it's Aberfeldie. They got the hit out, but cleared by Greenvale. They go inside 50, looking for a mark, not able to take one. A bit of a volleyball action, paddling the ball around, but there's a kick finally forward. Can he find a target? He can't. Wrapped up in that forward pocket, and there's just going to be a ball up.
Jess Rush with that goal for Aberfeldie.
Number 25, kicked 2 goals last week. Nicely done.
Look at grab it from the rock. Can't do it. Free kick Aberfeldie.
You can get tackled even. You've just got to dispose of the ball. Simple as that. He dropped it. Free kick on the last one.
23 and a half gone third quarter. Toy still on Essendon's VFL list as well. Still playing a high level of footy. His AFL career cut short. A couple of health issues. Went looking for Al Hooley. Goes over the line now. Boundary.
Well, Greenvale, it's now theirs now. They need the goal. They need to get it back to a manageable margin at half-time. Aberfeldie just got them at arm's length at the moment. 17 points. Game high margin was 23.
right on 50, and this time DeLuca's not going to be grabbing it, just fisted it forward, but Catapan was there for Aberfeldie, Laurie, Lynch. They get it out, a wobbler, but a lot of green and black around this ball. Picking it up is Adam Marrick, has to go in forward, he had 3 to beat. One of them rushed a goal kicker, Patak. Did well to work it out through traffic, got it to Moylan. And we're on the wing now, and again, Jets have numbers, but the bounce wasn't all that kind at all. Shinners tried to tap it on. Benello had to spin away from a couple. Rush got pushed off it there by Lower. Free kick, no free kick, didn't matter. Carboni, Catapan has to get around 2, did well, held on to the pill, and it somehow found Oswald. It's a very open 50. Chibillo wants it in the hot spot. It's heading his way now. Chibillo can't take the mark. Good stuff there from Campusano, and now it is the Jets who are away.
The Jets, they come off that halfback flank and they find a target on the outer wing. I think it was Matt Smith. He works the ball forward now, going inside 50. Can they take a mark? No, they can't. There's a lot of Aberfeldie numbers around the ball, and they'll look to clear it now. On that outer side, they've worked it and they've found not Kislov, I think it's Vasal wide on that halfback flank.
Johns gets it off. A lot of traffic, congestion, making it very difficult to move that ball around, and the stoppage will hopefully sort that out.
But our first half-time score, Pascoe Vale 6-8-44, Avondale Heights 4-6-30.
Close and tight that one. It's all on the line for Avondale Heights now. They really can't afford for anything to go wrong. As Patak clears it out for Aberfeldie. Half forward, he's had a good game as Wayne Patak, and Oswald runs on, left foot ball. I think it came off his shin. So not a great kick. Cubillo's playing up forward, guys. Is he resting, or what do you think that's about? Because he's usually running through to midfield. He might just be resting. The skipper staying out on the field. Smith has it. That's Matt Smith. Went in board. And Lower towards the middle of the ground, gets it now, and left foot ball inside 50, no mark taken down there, and it will stay in play for Spinella. Little clever handball out to Muller as well, but he gets wrapped up. Good tackle holding the ball. We've seen a few of those in this second term, and a free kick. Last line of defence for Aberfeldie.
Well, 26.5 minutes gone, and Aberfeldie holding Greenvale at arm's length, 6-9-45 to 4-4-28.
Alan Short to Catapan.
Catapan now in that back pocket, tries to find the target short. It was a good kick, but a better defensive spoil by the Greenvale player. Will have it thrown in front of the club rooms.
Oh, they're saying out on the full, the boundary umpire. It's going to be a Greenvale ball.
Greenvale to send the ball back inside now through Benello. Top of the square. Big mark taken. Who was that man? I think it was Muller, I think.
Yeah, it's Muller that's got it, guys.
Yeah, just waiting for him to turn around. But another strong contested mark. We've seen a couple of those today. Look at the goods. Here's Isaac Muller.
We don't know too much about him, do we, Taylor? He's new to the side.
Queenslander, I believe.
Played 9 games this season, kicked 5 goals.
18 points as we speak. Important goal.
Muller runs in. Oh, it's not a good kick. He's left it very, very wide. It didn't even look like close to being a goal. Another behind to Greenvale. They'll probably rue the opportunity.
4-5-29, trial 6-9-45, back to 16 points.
They did need that goal. Sorry, probably.
Certainly did. Toy to himself. 28 gone, second term, and off the ball. Not off the ball, but in that contest. The umpire spotted a free kick, and others will take that advantage. But they go short from now. They might be content with the 17-point lead at half time.
28 minutes down.
Plays 46.
No, 45.
Middle. So scoreboard.
Leave them be.
Is it right or not?
No, it's not. Leave them alone. No, let's. They're volunteers. They're doing work. Give them a score.
And towards the hot spot we go once more, and others will work out some numbers out the back. Catapan is one of them. Into the middle. Patak can go for a stroll. One bounce. That's not smart in that mud. Not smart at all. It didn't matter in the end. It's half time. Section Road, 4-5-29, plays 6-9, 45-16. Point ball game.
And Aberfeldie won the quarter by a point. Travis Posnahosky on the sidelines. Your observations on that second quarter as Aberfeldie turns in front by a little under 3 goals at the long break.
Yeah, an interesting quarter, that one. Greenvale had majority of the play, couldn't convert though on the goal score on the scorecard. So probably a bit annoyed that they weren't able to convert a few more of those opportunities that they had. So Aberfeldie would be happy with going into the lead, but probably could have